do some tarot with you guys. Seriously, one of the highlights of my day. Alright. I think I'm going to light some candle and incense as we get started here. Candle. It's a candle I bought a few years ago. Finally lit it because I was like, fuck it, why not? Lily of the Valley incense. Yes. Alrighty, sip a sip. Alright, I've still got my stuff out from yesterday. How are you feeling today? If you would like to drop it in the chat, do so. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I feel like using a different deck today. I feel like we want to get dark. We're going to use the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. Maybe I'll still use the Beyond Lemuria too, because I like to use a couple of different decks. Although the Monology deck is really good too with this. I think we'll just keep it to these two today. Alrighty. Yesterday we used the Bay Area Tarot. Today we are using Tarot V. It's a vampire tarot deck. Really awesome. Beautiful imagery. Gritty, grimy, graphic, vivid. Very cool. And the Dark Mirror Oracle. These are the decks we're going to use today. Welcome in. I'm Mama Alia, tarot reader, Reiki practitioner, artist, musician, and, you know, just a person on the planet who has been through some stuff and learned a lot of things from all of those things. Alright, so let's, before we get started with our reading here, go ahead and we're going to start with some deep breathing. Okay, just 3 deep breaths. Our first one's going to go from the feet to the heart. The next one's going to go from the center of the planet to the crown, and blowing out our blocked energy from the top of the crown. Then we're going to activate our source energy from within, okay, and call in our protection and all of that good stuff, okay? So we're going to take a deep breath in to the heart. And breathe out. Breathing up a cord of light energy from the core of the planet to the crown. Breathing out, loosening up, removing any blockages, and breathing in again, activating our source energy from within. Until you are glowing like a light bulb. Holding it. And then release. Feeling that energy, that light expand in every direction. Dissolving distortions, disruptions, obstacles in your energy field, blockages, okay? And coming into a space here where we are under the protection of the One, of the Most High, of the universe, all right? A space of sacredness, unconditional love, high vibration, frequencies, and, you know, let's invite in our ancestors, guides, any spiritual entities or energies that you're working with for your highest good. We're going to bring in okay, I know I'm using the dark decks today, but we are going to be pulling through messages for our highest good in the highest vibration possible through these darker energies. It just feels like this kind of day where we're having to dive a little deeper. Okay, I think we mentioned that over the last couple readings, that we're doing deep dives. Okay, and yes, you do need to steel yourself sometimes, STEEL, to and ground yourself and call on your protection when you're going through deep stuff, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't find treasure, that you can't integrate the things that you've been through or are going through or are learning, okay? And when we can do integration, we become more of who we were always meant to be. Okay, so let's see what Spirit can show us through the Dark Mirror Oracle. What do we need to know for the day? I'm going to draw an Oracle card, and I'm going to do a 5-card reading with the V Tarot. 13, hello, hello. Thank you for the likes. If I have time after we're done with the main part of the reading, and you have a question, or would like me to draw a card on anything, just let me know in the chat, okay? I'm not seeing the chat either, so let me see, what is this button for? Okay, no. What is this? Oh, chat filter, all messages. I want to see all of them. Okay, so far, I don't see anything. Anyway. Come on, okay. Calling the storm. Okay, storm energy's been coming through also. 30, reducing to 3. So a receptive feminine energy, creativity, Taurus Libra energy of the Empress. 3rd house, communication, friends, neighbors, siblings. Okay. Commerce, trade, wind. Okay, the winds of change, calling the storm. So this figure, I'm going to say, is reminding me of this deity that was in the British area, Britain, England, all of that. She had antlers. She has antlers. She's called Ellen, E-L-E-N, of the Ways. And she is called this because she represents the infinite paths, the secret pathways of existence. All right, so there is a path through the storm, a path of change and transformation. I'm seeing the leaves and stuff. This is giving the autumn vibe also. So a time where we're shedding the old and we're preparing or in the process of for regeneration. The red color, of course, is a very spiritual color. It's connected to the root chakra, so it's instinct, survival, it's passion, it's warmth, comfort. It can be anger, it can be fear sometimes, it can be stress sometimes, okay? But red is also a color that is visible in the to pretty much all spiritual beings, all astral beings and stuff. Spirits can see the color red in that vibration, that frequency, like infrared and stuff like that. They can see it. Calling the storm. Moon phase, third quarter. The stage is bargaining. Commerce is what I was saying, so there's like a trade-off, okay? Power comes not from the inside, but from connection and integration to a greater whole. A shaman woman wears an antler hat, dresses in crimson and brown, and holds her crow-headed staff to the storm. Autumnal leaves spiral out of control around her as the whirlwind shakes the world. Pull and release. Push to the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be. The eye of the observer, okay? Even when your experience or your external reality is showing, reflecting chaos, even when in your physical body you can feel the tumult, the turbulence, okay? The observer of your conscious mind is where it is always still. Okay. There is time to find and release our power, like a spring that had been compressed to the point it has lost the memory of motion and movement. Yet there is power inside it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power. This is so root chakra coded, yes. In our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within in our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm. We just call it. To call the storm, we need not to fear it. And this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there is always sun. So, if the sky has been gray for too long a time, it's time not to fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers. And it will hurt us as well. But it will be healthier than just staring at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves end. We can restart only after we let ourselves end. It's like it's kind of reminding me of getting to rock bottom of a problem, an obsession, a fixation, a maladaptive drive of behavior that you're having, when it's taken all the way to an extreme, and you sense you have nothing left to lose. And so then you even lose your sense of attachment to the victimization of yourself through that process. And that's where spirit can move us to fully change. And it will not happen overnight, because while we're getting up from that place, we still have to relearn how to walk again. We still have to relearn how to navigate and conduct ourselves in a healthy way, especially if we never knew or understood what that even looked like or feels like or sounds like, tastes like, okay? So be patient with yourself when you're going through these sorts of chaotic changes that make you feel like hopelessness, okay? Or desperation, okay? So be patient with yourself while you're going through changes that are taking you to the brink, okay? Even if it's something that in the end is for your highest good, but right now is difficult. Give yourself patience, okay? You can't see the outcome, you can't see the solution. That's just because you're not meant to right now. You have to fully experience what you're going through, okay? And it doesn't mean that anything wrong about you, like that you're dumb or you don't have what it takes or you're you don't have the power, the strength within you, that doesn't mean that at all, okay? It just means that this is where you're at in the journey. This is what's going on, okay? And that eye of the storm, that observer state that is always there, is non-judgmental, okay? So it can be really helpful to utilize, to be able to access that space, all right? And I'll give you a little tip before I draw the tarot cards on how to access this state if you don't already have an inkling, okay? Meditation genuinely helps us to reach the state of the observer where we're able to view things from a non-judgmental standpoint, okay? And that is the standpoint which allows us to release things that are objectively, according to our observer, not beneficial for us, okay? So, you start with just trying to meditate, okay? Just sitting in silence or with music. Maybe you've got binaurals on, okay? But you're trying, and you can use guided meditations too. You're trying to sit in calmness and stillness, relaxation. And maybe you're miles and miles from that even while you're trying to do it, okay? All you're doing when you're just starting out with this to finally reach that state where you can sense the observer or experience yourself as the observer, all you're doing is just being aware of your thoughts, okay? If your mind won't stop yapping, you develop the awareness of that, okay? And instead of getting frustrated, even if you are frustrated, embrace that, okay? Realize I'm frustrated. I'm uneasy. I'm angry. 9, okay? The Hermit, all right? Patience, persistence, practice, all right? So you're practicing that. After you start becoming aware that you are having too many thoughts, or so many thoughts, let's say, then you're going to start you can kind of pick apart them individually. And you can start to visualize or conceptualize them as flying around, whether you're having verbal thoughts or images and things like that. Okay? It doesn't matter how you experience your thoughts or your inner world. You become aware that you're letting your mind wander. Okay? You let each little meandering, each little pathway go on its own. And it will. It absolutely will. You start to recognize that they are islands, that they are clouds. They are their own little steam trains. They do their own thing, regardless of what you're doing. And that's the state of the observer. And if you keep practicing, it takes less and less time to be able to get to a state of calmness in between those realizations and to extend the spaces in between, right? But it does take practice, persistence, patience. Okay. This is a good time to start drawing the cards. I'm going to shuffle till we get to 8. I think that was 3, 4, 5. We're using the Vampire Tarot, the Tarot lead. 6, because our shadow has something to tell us for our highest good. 7. Alright, and here we go. Your shadow is part of you that is holding light that has yet to be exposed. Honey. Okay, this is a Queen of Swords reversed. So this came up in my reading yesterday. And this is for like our energy in the spiritual area, okay? And this is also a card that I saw come up in another person's reading that ours were very much similar, even though they were hours apart. Okay, so like It can be somebody that is not thinking clearly, is not connected to their wisdom, is maybe bitter, is, oh, I heard psychosis. Okay, I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything. Can't diagnose anything. Tarot is not going to be used on this channel to diagnose anything. All right, so watch your mental processes. Okay, maybe you're not, and so if this is you, and you're resonating with like not feeling in control of your thoughts, or you're lashing out at people and saying mean things or toxic things or phrasing things in a way that definitely did not have to be phrased the way that it was. For this, brutal honesty. Okay, come on. Come on. Be real. Okay? That might be you. All right, and we're going to dive into what's going on. The crux of the matter here, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Overindulgence could be. Okay? Maybe we are feeding off of people's upsetness. Maybe there's something that we're getting from this situation. Or, hopefully, on the lighter end of things, there is a brighter day on the way. Okay? And the Hanged Man reverse. Okay, releasing ourselves from stagnation. This could also sometimes be refusing to see an alternative point of view, or to refusing to change our perspective. Okay, so this is what Spirit wants you to see, is that there is going to be some sort of a change, a shakeup. I'm going to draw a clarifier on that, but I want to get my other cards out first. Here's the advice, Six of Wands. Okay, we can, this is a victory card, all right? Victory card, success, triumph, protection with the shield there. I also like this card because it's about confidence, it's about earned success, but it's also, and recognition, but it's also a 6, which is a card of balance. It's a card of service and stuff. So you're being recognized for your service. So in order for that to happen, be of service to others, okay? And not in a vain way, all right? So doing things that you're passionate about that are beneficial for yourself and others and stuff is going to it's going to bring recognition, okay? Okay. And maybe that can help get you out of your head too if you're feeling a bit down, depressed, or like isolated, and this is causing you to kind of spiral in a toxic way mentally. Okay? Three of Cups, outcome is the reunion card. That's a celebration card typically. And this deck always has a little bit, and look, but I'm going to say too, because we were talking about indulgence, we mentioned rock bottom and, detrimental behaviors. Three of Cups can sometimes also be about substance issues and stuff. I'm not really picking that up too much, but I wanted to mention it since we talked about it a little bit earlier. Okay, calling the storm, Queen of Swords reversed. Maybe then there is something that needed to become more clear, and it's been difficult for us to see in the way that things have been. All right, and it's got us feeling confused. It's got us lashing out and on edge and stuff. Okay, so maybe there is something. I keep getting a selfish energy from the Nine of Cups. Okay, so I'm not trying to offend anybody, but like there's a kind of a selfishness that's been going on. Okay, and this can also be contributing to that Queen of Swords reverse, or maybe we feel entitled to Nine of Cups and we're upset that we're not getting it. Okay, so Hangman as what we're not seeing. Let me see, Hangman in reverse, and let's see what's this card. Five of Pentacles reverse. So we're coming out of a time of difficulty. That's what I'm feeling like. It's being released. So yes, this stagnation is being released. This isolation is being released. All right. We are ready to awaken from our slumber. Okay. And so you can have your head held high. Okay. Have confidence. And try not to let yourself be burdened by the past, especially if you are somebody who has been victimized by a selfish person, or if you've been behaving selfishly and you know it, you don't have to keep beating yourself up about it, okay? Because it's time to change things up, okay? If you don't like how it was before, take the opportunity for the new beginning, okay? Healthier connections. This is upside down and stuff, but like, you know, and I had the deck, so it's Ace and Two of Cups equaling the Three of Cups, okay? There's a new beginning in relationships, in your interpersonal connections. This is awesome, okay? So there's a lot of Cups energy. We've got the water energy most prevalent with the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Hangman, because that's connected to Pisces. We've got a little bit of Earth energy, okay? And we've got air energy in the Queen of Swords and the Storm card. So fire also. So mostly, let's keep an eye on how we're feeling, how this is affecting our mental state. If we're being drained by people or situations, okay, pay attention to that. Are we in, there's a point to which you must indulge yourself in order to generate joy, pleasure feelings, okay, that help to keep us motivated and moving, okay? So, yes, definitely do so, all right? But also make sure that it's not too much, because that is also draining, not just to yourself, but it can also be draining for other areas of your life and other people in your life. Okay, and so yeah, new beginnings coming. Okay, let's see a little. Give me one for the Six of Wands advice. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'll take that one, but I will take Queen of Cups reversed. Our queens are reversed. Okay, I'm not liking this because this is it's some more toxic feminine energy. Okay, you're going to need to overcome this energy. Okay, don't be cocky and about it necessarily. Okay, if this is another person, just gray rock them. Okay, kill them with kindness, kind of a thing. Don't try your best not to engage. Focus on what you're focused on and keep going. All right. If this is something that is an impulse that comes up within you to start drama or to be kind of to assure you that you get your way by being a little manipulative, if that's an impulse within you, I'm not saying you're messed up for that or anything like that. If that's an impulse within you, it's not exactly super healthy. It's understandable. It's usually based in survival why we develop those habits, okay? Be aware of it. Be aware of it. Okay? Pour love on yourself in that situation. Do not engage with that aspect of yourself. Do not engage that aspect of yourself. You're not in the place where you need that kind of action anymore, okay? You can be confident in the results of your actions, okay? You can be confident in your stance, your heroic stance, okay? Not in any other kind of messing around with people's perceptions, okay? Okay, and I'm seeing the King of Wands reverse. This is a tyrant energy. This is a bully energy, okay? So be aware of these forces, either within you or in your environment, okay, that are going to try and take you to your limits, okay? And maybe this is what has been called for you, for your highest good, even if it's not easy to deal with, okay? High Priestess, it's so that you can develop your discernment and your depth of your connection to yourself and to the divine, okay? That way you can discern between truth and falseness. All right? The truth is your strength. All right? The truth is your ability to overcome difficulties. The truth is your graduation to the next level. The truth is your reception of the epiphanies already. Okay, Three of Cups, Ten of Swords. Outcome, Ten of Swords. Four of Wands. So the ending of a tough cycle and coming into community. Three of Cups, Four of Wands. Community, harmony, balance, okay? Illumination, light in the darkness, warmth, giving, I'm hearing, okay? All right, releasing our fears. And heading towards more harmony, okay? Let's get one for... So I think that you have good things coming. It's been difficult for you through what you've been through, the kind of things that you've done, and then the kind of things that people have done to you, with you, through you, okay? It's not easy being a human on this planet, okay? Two of Pentacles reversed. I think I wasn't going to look at that, but this is also somebody that has been already on, even before they transitioned to this kind of a being, they were already on the lowest of the low, socioeconomically, okay? So this is being, twos are about balance and choices and stuff and connecting, right? So this being reversed, this is kind of emphasizing, I think, the isolation that has happened, okay? The imbalance that has happened, all right? But I'm seeing that this is getting rectified. This is being corrected. Okay, through your healing, through your building awareness of these crazy forces, okay? And practicing with patience and persistence, being the observer of your mind, of your feelings, okay? Let's get, I think after that, let's get a Beyond Lemuria Oracle to just kind of sweeten up the deal, the delivery. Take a look at this. Tap in with this beautiful selenite energy, okay? Because that was heavy. Come on. Give me one card. Give me one card, mama. Alright. I mentioned this card kept coming up even though we didn't even pull it. The Violet Flame. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusory constructs and become empowered beings, as this card also mentioned empowerment, life presents more opportunities to grow than before. Ellen of the Ways, okay? She is the creator and the guide for all of the paths. Okay. Your sensitivity will be heightening, so it may be harder to spend time in places with certain energies, all right? That's that Queen of Cups reversed, the King of Wands reversed. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy field? A routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high, and help you to see through illusions that block or disorient. See that Queen of Swords reversed, okay? Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for grateful rebalance. The violet color is related to the third eye. All right. This is a technology, a piece of yourself that is developed for analysis and spiritual insight, okay? To invoke the violet flame, all you have to do is speak of it, okay? To call it out, or to visualize it, or both, all right? Whichever, some people, things work more for them audially, verbally, and some people it is visual. Draw a picture, use a candle, pretend it's purple. Or you can get the little colored flames too. Those, whatever whatever works. Okay? So, I also have a violet flame invocation I did in one of my other tarot videos. You can look for it. I'm not sure where exactly I did it in the video, so you might have to skip through it, but in one of my videos I have a violet flame invocation as part of what we did on that reading, okay? But even the breaths that we started with at the very beginning of the video are going to help you to balance and clear your energy very quickly, okay? Especially if you allow it to be so. If you need to do it more than one time, do it more than one time, okay? Here's another one that is very useful. You can, because this uses more than one of your senses, okay? You can get your finger, touch it to a surface, any surface that you want, okay? Or even just trace it in the air, whatever works for you. And you're going to breathe in from the center point here. Breathe in. Stop when you get to the middle, and then breathe out. Stop in the middle and breathe in and out. Okay, and it's called the Lazy 8. All right. And it helps to regulate your breathing. Okay, you can use a piece of paper to draw it, trace with your finger, whatever you want to do. Okay, or even just visualize it in your mind. That is the symbol of infinity, the Ouroboros, which came through yesterday. All right, so you can try that. Always you can tap in with Mother Earth, you can tap in with the Creator, and you can pray, call, and ask for a little bit extra of whatever you need to stay centered and grounded. Okay? Talking to a tree always helps. Touch the tree on the bark. Stand next to a tree, under a tree, if you can. Look at a tree for 30 seconds and communicate with the tree. All right, it sounds crazy, but you can do it. Okay? And before we go, I'm feeling called to share those 3 deep breaths with you one more time. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video, then you'll understand. So let's get to it. Let's take a deep breath in from the bottom of our feet to the heart. And breathe out. Breathing up from the center of the earth, who loves us. Breathing up. And breathing out. Okay, breathing in from source, activating. And breathing out. We are in a space of safety, protection, peace, unconditional love, and compassion, okay? I'm gonna throw a little Reiki love on you guys. Feels like you guys might need it. Alrighty? I gotta go. Gotta get ready for my regular human job. Goodbye. Mwah. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye. Meow.